A pair of busy sides in USL League One. 3 matches in a week for both Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC. As tonight they do battle inside the Inter Miami CF Stadium. They will be hosting the return to MLS play in a couple of days as Inter Miami take on Orlando City. But tonight it's USL League One action. My name is Chris Whittingham here for the commentary of this one. But both of these sides coming in off of draws at the weekend. Fort Lauderdale away at Orlando City B. North Texas home against New England Revolution 2 in a 3-3 was a great affair in Arlington. And that is how this leaves the two sides in the table. North Texas in 5th, Fort Lauderdale in 9th. But only just the 1 point separated the two sides. See quite the logjam from 2 to 10 in the League One table. Of course, varying games played amongst all the sides as well. Greenville Triumph topping the league with 13 points from their first 5 games, but a chance for either of these two sides tonight to move joint second, depending on results elsewhere. And these are the players that will hope to lead their respective sides. First, Ricky Lopez Espin. You've probably seen this highlight quite a bit, scoring from the halfway line, catching the keeper out, picking out that top corner, and what an effort that was from Ricky Lopez Espin. Of course, goal of the weekend, probably goal of the weekend in any league around the world. What an effort, and he is USL League One's joint second top scorer with 3 from 4 matches for Fort Lauderdale. Meanwhile, Ronaldo Damas has been a top player in USL League One since the league's inception a year ago. 16 goals last year, and that header from a corner against New England Revolution 2 at the weekend. He's got 2 goals, and Eric Quill has said that if he wants to continue to lead the line as a number 9, he has to continue to put away chances clinically, something that the entire side has to work on as well, given they were a bit wasteful despite scoring 3 goals against New England Revolution 2. We'll have first half kickoff on the way. It's Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC in USL League One action. Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC from the Inter Miami CF Stadium this evening. The sun setting in South Florida. You can see a look at the downtown Fort Lauderdale skyline, or the view you can get at the Inter Miami CF Stadium. Let's bring you our starting lineups for tonight's match. It is a fully unchanged team for Jason Christ, the manager of Fort Lauderdale CF, of their game against Orlando City B on Friday night. It can be 4-3-3, it can be 4-4-2 with Eduardo Sosa playing pretty close to Ricky Lopez Espin in the last match part of that press. Servando Carrasco, the experienced in midfield, the 31-year-old, will play next to Blaine Ferry. The 19-year-old youngest player in the squad, Felipe Valencia, at 15, will play down the right-hand side. North Texas, meanwhile, making 3 changes, including in goal. Carlos Aviles coming in for Luis Zamudio. Also, you have Lamar Batista coming in into central defense with an injury on that back line, pushing Breck Evans and Justin Shea a spot further to the right each. You also have David Rodriguez making his return into the team. The 18-year-old comes in for Thomas Roberts, who is not with the team for this trip here to Fort Lauderdale. It'll be a 4-3-3 look for Eric Quill's men, the manager of the year, and of course, the reigning league champions, North Texas SC, finishing top of the league by 10 points ahead of Lansing Ignite in the regular season, and then getting all the way to the final and winning by a 0-0 on that final day. So North Texas SC will come out with this look. Ronaldo Damas, 16 goals a year ago. We mentioned him in pregame. Benjamin Redzik continue to play down that left-hand side, the 17-year-old. In terms of teenagers in both sides, you have 5 in the team for North Texas, and you have 5 in the team for Fort Lauderdale CF. So pair of very young teams doing battle this evening. Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas getting started. Fort Lauderdale going from right to left, black shirts, white shorts. North Texas and their white kits going from left to right. North Texas coming in off a 3-3 draw at home against New England Revolution 2. Now, along with Fort Lauderdale, playing 3 matches in a week. On the day, though, it was Thomas Roberts, Ronaldo Damas, and Alex Bruce who got a 92nd minute equalizer to get the point for North Texas. Meanwhile, for Fort Lauderdale, it was a full day trip up to Orlando to take on Orlando City B. Getting on a bus ride 3.5 hours up the Florida Turnpike to Orlando. Playing the game after arriving at the stadium 2 hours before kickoff. It was quite a trip per Jason Kreis. They did manage to, even after a 2-hour lightning delay, get a point. Ricky Lopez Espin pressing the Orlando City goalkeeper. As Fort Lauderdale CF will start playing out from the back, a run forward from Brian Rosales. Nicely poked into the path there of Felipe Valencia, but good covering there from Derek Waldeck, the starting left back for North Texas SC. And now it's North Texas's turn to try and play out. Fort Lauderdale getting numbers up the pitch. It'll be interesting to see who can impose their playing out from the back pressing style more than the other. Again, here's Valencia down that right-hand side. Just 15 years of age in the Inter Miami CF Academy. This side, and both sides really, a split of sides, of players signed to the full USL club as the cross delivered to the penalty area there from Rosales, cut out there by Breck Evans. The split of players signed to the full League One side and academy players and even the odd player on an MLS contract getting a start. As a free kick awarded there by matchday referee Alex Billetter. Now, Colin Smith on the right-hand side. It's going to bring you both teams as they line up at the moment. For North Texas SC, Carlos Aviles in goal. Back four, right to left of Justin Shea, Breck Evans, Lamar Batista, and Derek Waldeck in central midfield. Jorge Imanol Almaguer is on the ball right now next to Alisson, the Brazilian. David Rodriguez plays in that number 10 role. Benjamin Redzik down the left, Ronaldo Damas up top, and Colin Smith on the right. As now pressure going to arrive here at the doorstep of Breck Evans, the 20-year-old, coming off of a year in which he started 24 matches in 2019. Nice first-time touch there from Redzik. North Texas coming forward. Overlapping run continues. First-time ball delivered to the penalty area. Well read there by Ethan Harden. Now the right-footed effort comes from Alisson. Took a nick on the way through. Not a bad hit there from the Brazilian central midfielder. Will be a corner here. Alisson dos Santos having a hit. Laying it up there, and deflection. Dylan Castañeda probably had it covered. Maybe a corner opportunity here. Quite a rowdy bench area for North Texas. Of course, this match being played behind closed doors, so no fans. So really up to the benches to create the atmosphere. A corner to be swung in. Low into that near post, rather easily cut out there. Probably heading straight out for a goal kick, if not for the intervention there. Now throw in taken quickly there from Justin Shea. Slide over was the central defensive partner at the start of the last match with Breck Evans, but slides over with the injury. As free kick awarded, advantage given there as Almaguer went down. Now playing on here, Colin Smith. The left-footed delivery is towards that back post, but well overhit. It comes out for a goal kick to Fort Lauderdale. Juan Manuel Alvarez, the North Texas right back that came off with an injury in the first half. So Lamar Batista, as he did in the match against New England, coming on as a sub. And now getting the full start next to Breck Evans in central defense is Fort Lauderdale to play out from the back. Ethan Harden carrying forward. A nice idea there towards Ascona. And a first-time ball from Guadini is nice in here to Edison Ascona. 16-year-old turning, laying back with Sammy Guadini. Player with League One experience with Greenville Triumph a year ago. Now playing here in South Florida, the native of Boca Raton. Six players on the side tonight from Florida for Fort Lauderdale. All of them entirely from the South Florida area, as far north as West Palm Beach. There's a player in the North Texas side from Florida, that being Colin Smith, starting right winger, 16-year-old from Jacksonville. Guadini down the line there. Will come out for a throw into Fort Lauderdale. Class hits with the white collar. See the protective gear on the left hand of Ethan Harden. First time ball there from Sosa. And a withdrawn roll into Ascona, but good step there from Justin Che to win the ball back for North Texas. Now pressure coming forward here from Fort Lauderdale. Grabbing at the doorstep there of Smith. And tackled out of play for a throw-in. Ascona. Diminutive, but still has that quality and certainly have some bite as well. Sosa allowing it to run rather neatly there. Trying to carry on, pull the shoulder there from Almaguer, and it will be a free kick. Nice work there from Eduardo Sosa, former Columbus Crew. There the last 2 seasons. A goal and 2 assists in 18 MLS appearances. And some quality there, the Venezuelan. Guadini with an opportunity to pick out a cross into the penalty area. Low, fizzing through. Ricky Lopez-Espin went for it there, right in front of goal. Unable to get there on the back post, Valencia. And it just goes out there for the goal kick, but lovely delivery into the penalty area there from the left back. Hear the shouts there in the technical area. It sounds like Eric Quill having a go at his defenders, Che, Evans, and Batista, saying that the defending there was unacceptable. It's certainly a bit easy for Guadini to get into that overlapping position and play a really threatening ball through. Pressure again coming, that time free kick awarded. Brian Rosales, the right back, well up the pitch. To see the endeavor from these two sides. Both will play out from the back, both will high press, and it's given away. Sosa now, bit of a loose touch. They would at least hang on to possession. They're trying to evade the tacklers. So they're into Blaine Ferry, who carries on. Ferry having his shirt pulled. Appealing there to the referee for a free kick. None coming. Carrasco into Ferry once more. Stung in. Now Valencia able to win it. Sosa, this is quite a congested middle of the pitch, and a free kick awarded. Tackle coming in from Alisson onto Eduardo Sosa. Free kick in a fairly threatening area here for Fort Lauderdale CF. Yep, Alisson fairly clearly catching Sosa there. But again, Fort Lauderdale pressure yielding. North Texas not often been challenged quite like this in League One. Ran away with the league a year ago. Although, despite 3 home matches, only the 1 win from 4 games. Carrasco and Ferry debating over how they're going to handle this one. It'll be left for Ferry. Strikes towards the top corner. It's not far away as it clips the top of the net. Good hit there from Blaine Ferry. An early sighted goal for Fort Lauderdale. A couple of decent chances here in the opening 10 minutes. Good strike there from Ferry. Couldn't quite hit target. Smith there trying to get the right side of Guadidi. It's played back to Castaneda, who's out of his own goal, and now he's got to track back. It's given away here to Redzik. Redzik onto his left. Here's Redzik! And good last-ditch defending in the end there from Ian Frey. And real danger there from Castaneda as he played a loose ball, giving it right to Benjamin Redzik. And Frey shaping up well and then putting in the tackle to bail out his goalkeeper. Saw North Texas give away a few chances a week ago, and now Redzik, he's carrying a knock a little bit, looking slightly uncomfortable. Now, stepping over there for what looks like a short corner. It will be Derek Waldeck. High arcing ball towards the back post. Colin Smith is going to track it and take here on the edge. Lofted delivery back in. Evans can win the header. So Lauderdale about dealing with it. And Guadidi forward. Che. Ball into the channel there. Colin Smith on the chase. He'll get there and hit the cross first time. Cut out the near post there by Harden. And now Guadiri again. Try and take out Skona. The much bigger Smith there applying the pressure. Finds the outlet there with Carrasco and Harden. Sending it long and forward. Comes here for Sosa. And with back to goal. Riding the challenge there of Alisson. Will just about get it out of his feet. And now Ferry leading the charge forward with Rosales and plenty of space down the right. Brian Rosales ping through in towards Ferry. Can get in there ahead of the keeper who come just off. Nice turn there from Ferry. But the tackle from Batista, just enough it's out for the corner. You see the frustration there from Batista. Difficult start here for North Texas. It is the Texan himself, Blaine Ferry. From the South Lake area, which is on the outskirts of the Dallas area, which is where North Texas call home. Don't think of a game against his hometown club. And there'll be a corner opportunity here for Guadidi. You just hear sometimes in these closed-door matches the games going eerily silent. Referee did point towards the technical area, indicating perhaps some issues. Perhaps the earlier knock to Redzik needed further sorting out. Game being delayed here momentarily, and there is Redzik, who's going to receive some treatment and perhaps a change required here. He looked quite uncomfortable. He doesn't look too pleased. Benjamin Redzik, the 17-year-old. He's have 3 goals on the campaign. And it just looks like his night is done. We are hearing word that Oscar Romero will be the player who will come on. And we'll await that change to be confirmed. Ascona playing the short corner, now overlapping Rosales, just gets it across for the ball went out of play, but he overhit the cross. And now Damas can lead the charge forward for North Texas SC. Nice ball into the channel there. And just going down under the weight of the tackle there, like Waldeck. And a yellow card as well for Servando Carrasco. It was indeed Derek Waldeck, the left back, who had made the run forward, trying to aid in the counterattack. will be a yellow card for the holding midfielder, Servando Carrasco, 31 years of age. The only player in this game older than 25.
A yellow card has been issued
And
to Fort Lauderdale CF number
Carrasco,
4, Servando Carrasco, in the 15th minute.
former MLS player with LA Galaxy, Orlando City, Houston Dynamo, and Seattle Sounders. 161 MLS appearances in total. Here to be the lead anchor of this Fort Lauderdale team.
Substitution. Coming out of the game is number 37, Benny Redzik. He's replaced by number 7,
And
Oscar
you hear
Romero.
confirmation of the change there. Oscar Romero on as a sub here for the injured Benjamin Redzik. So second match on the trot where North Texas SC are forced into a first half substitution. And here's Smith's first time cross in. And Ethan Harden doing some good defending, covering his near post. And now here comes playing out from the back with corresponding pressure. Tackle from Smith is in there to Edison Ascona. So Justin Che involved in that move as well. Guadiri to take the throw in. Lofted in there, trying to get it beyond that pressure. Lopez Espin trying to win in the air. Nice tackle in there from Ascona. Lopez Espin can break here. Ricky Lopez Espin getting his head up and looking for options. Doesn't really have too many. And poked off it from behind there by Almaguer, and a throw into Fort Lauderdale.
What?
I think you can hear one person plays close to our microphones asking how on earth that could be a throw into North Texas. And the tackle was in from behind. Perhaps took a nick off Lopez Espin on the way out, but a surprising one that. And Harden again, that time picking off Damas. Aguadidi coming forward again into space. Some good deliveries so far this evening. Ascona. Frey was sent off in Fort Lauderdale's last home match against FC Tucson. Picking up a second yellow card, one of two players who did so on that night. Joshua Saavedra the other. Frey. To Rosales. Talking with Jason Price about that match. Could say that these are opportunities to teach discipline, to teach game management. So much of coaching at this level is about teaching style of play and they want to achieve on the pitch, but of course situations in games allow instruction of game management. You're on a yellow, must be careful, as referees will give you a second. Here's Harden. Nice ball in there to Ascona, breaking lines. Now Ascona drifting centrally and finding Rosales. Got space on the right. So plenty of joy down that right-hand side, Rosales. Now here's Felipe Valencia. Left-footed delivery in towards Lopez Espin, who won the header at the near post. Asked for the corner on the deflection from Breck Evans, but nothing doing. It will be a goal kick, and the ball picked out there from Valencia. Delivery in there. Lopez Espin thought that took a nick on the way through. The switch out there towards Guadiri. Che coming flying through and winning the ball. There will be a free kick there for the strong challenge. There is Ascona. Academy player was in the Orlando City Academy before moving closer to home in the native of Deerfield Beach. The Broward County area, not too far from the stadium. Now, the free kick awarded here. David Rodriguez is over it with his left. It's high arcing, it's a decent one, but Castañeda was always going to have that. Damas the closest to it for North Texas. Castañeda with a rollout. A dangerous ball into that area, but Sosa has picked out Ascona, who's charging forward. The touch there on Almaguer, trying to get to the ball at the other side, and had too much of a grab at the torso of Jorge Emmanuel Almaguer, and it will be a free kick to Fort Lauderdale. course, this is the first ever match between these two sides. Fort Lauderdale, just the 5th match in their club's history. Played 2 here at home, both defeats. On the opening day of the season, to Greenville triumph. And a 2-1 to FC Tucson. They were 1-0 up before the 2 sendings off. Almaguer has stayed down after that tackle from Ascona. Always dangerous when you're running and then pulled back. How your feet can plan and perhaps tweak something. Opportunity as well for the players to grab a drink as you have a look there at a conversation with Carlos Aviles, the 21-year-old keeper for North Texas. And for Luis Zamudio, made a couple of mistakes in the last match. You do wonder if that does play a role. Although Eric Quill, the manager for North Texas, was telling us on our call that some want players to lose confidence or the bravery to play out from the back, but do correct the things that lead to mistakes. Part of the development at this level. Did go a little meta on him, asking about the future of the position and about this style of play out from the back, and does change the goalkeeping position quite a bit because it does emphasize play with your feet rather than with your hands. And he did say that goalkeepers spend a fairly significant amount of their time in training with the ball at their feet rather than stopping shots. Of course, part of this, the ever-changing aspect of the development of players and the things they're asked to do. Certainly not have been the case a decade ago, that this ubiquitous playing out from the back and teaching the style, particularly at youth level. See now Almaguer is limping off. Well, Texas only brought 4 outfield players as subs, so they're forced into another change. Could become a real problem here. Just a lucky running of the ball there allows David Rodriguez to charge forward. Going to try and get it out to that left-hand side, and does manage to pick out Romero there on that left-hand side. Good cross in, dealt with from Harden. Significant involvement there for Romero on as a sub for Redzik, the player earlier injured. Now Che has stayed forward. Ascona going to try and win it off him. Justin Che. Ascona getting right side of the ball, able to turn around Che. Shove him off it, but Ascona wins a free kick. The way he had won a throw in. And it is, we are receiving word that we'll have another first half injury substitution. So 3 in 2 matches. And again, North Texas play again at the weekend. It'll be Gibran Rayo who will come on here. As a sub in for Almaguer. For the moment, though, North Texas playing down to 10 as it's into the channel here. Ascona, first time through the area. It's a lovely ball through, but first Ascona offside. But into that corridor of uncertainty again. Either Lopez Espen or Valencia could get to it. Nice running behind there, if slightly offside. Breck Evans will take the free kick. Can't tell you that since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Batista out for Waldeck. Damas with back to goal. Another aspect of his game that can certainly work on. A sliding tackle from behind there from Ian Frey. Thought he had played it off of Damas. But a nice turn in there from Damas. And here is confirmation of the change. And Almaguer will be replaced by Rayo. Just 4 starts a year ago for the 18-year-old. Prominent figure in the DA side for FC Dallas. As Romero trying to pick out the cross, trying to sneak it all the way through to Damas, and An awkward touch there off of Carrasco, forcing the clearance there. Now on there from Ferry. Sosa riding challenges, and again a free kick awarded. Alisson that time thought that he won the ball, but instead he's earned a yellow off of matchday referee Alex Billetter. So a yellow card for both sides' central midfielders. Carrasco into the book for Fort Lauderdale, and Alisson for North Texas. And there is Alisson dos Santos, who joins from Sao Paulo in Brazil. Their youth setup. Moving stateside. Few Brazilians moving into FC Dallas setup. A youth international goalkeeper assigned by FC Dallas in the week. Having Thiago Santos in the most recent transfer window. So a little bit of a Brazilian influence coming to greater Dallas area. Here's Ethan Harden. And Frey. A rare opportunity for Fort Lauderdale to play without a slew of pressure. Now it comes here for Sosa. Rides the efforts there of David Rodriguez. Other Arturo. On loan from the club. Now with the Real Monarchs in the USL Championship. A free kick awarded close to halfway to Fort Lauderdale. Che involved. Not coming together. Sosa now doesn't have much of an issue running into traffic. A bold player, that time a bit heavy. Through ball effort towards Sosa. Both managers in this game with ties to Dallas. Of course, Jason Kreis, longtime player for the FC Dallas organization, formerly Dallas Burn. Just in the week, Matt Hedges, the center back for FC Dallas, leveling Kreis's appearance record for FC Dallas, nearing on 250. Nice ball to pick out Rodriguez in the middle. Rather, I should say, Rayo on as a sub. Now the left-footed delivery is in. Che is all the way in from right back, coming crashing through. And going through Guadalajara, it's a free kick. So, Justin Che, loving a run forward. And now Fort Lauderdale on it once more. Eric Quill, the Texas manager himself, an MLS player with FC Dallas. 10 seasons in the league with 143 appearances, 12 goals to his name. Now Evans, turning and playing back to his keeper. Pressure arriving here at Aviles. That's a loose touch given away. Now Sosa for Lopez Espin! And he's picked out the bottom corner off the inside of the post. North Texas for a second match running, architects of their own downfall, and Lopez Espin continues his red-hot scoring form. He scored 4 on the trot, and Fort Lauderdale in front in the opening half hour. And there it is, Aviles, and just that loose ball there. You see Waldeck playing centrally, trying to continue the play. It's a loose ball given away to Sosa, who finds Lopez Espin. Another clinical finish. Scored 80% of Fort Lauderdale's goals, Lopez Espin. The player who a year ago was with Lansing Ignite in USL League One, 24 years old, from Miami. Playing in South Florida once again and really enjoying his football at the moment. As Sosa's pressing, wins it there. And again, Fort Lauderdale's high disposition, allowing them to cause North Texas some problems. Heavy there from Batista. Nicely done to keep it in play there by Romero. Now here's Dos Santos. Batista played a loose ball there. Just about getting it forward as Romero now going down under the weight of the tackle. Free kick just in the North Texas half. Evans. Justin Che. Now slid in behind here for Colin Smith to run onto it. Lovely ball there from Rayo. Now Smith into the penalty area. Can get it onto his left. Has a strike on goal. And it's gone well wide there from a narrow angle, but you admire the endeavor there from Colin Smith. Getting the better there of a pair of Fort Lauderdale defenders as we're now into the hydration break. For North Texas and Eric Quill, it's a fair bit of recovering to do, having given up the opening goal in this one to another mistake. Also having two players coming off injured, Almaguer and Redzik. And North Texas will take the hydration break in halftime to have a examine. Here's a look again here, and you see it's just a bit loose there from Waldeck. You can see, obviously, it's a dangerous ball from Aviles, playing it right in the middle. That is what Texas asked their keepers to do, but Waldeck a bit casual on the first time, didn't quite catch it, and then Sosa taking full advantage, finding Lopez Espin, who himself, the lovely finish. All the hits the inside of the post is well struck and well placed. And Ricky Lopez Espin has put Fort Lauderdale in front. The goal to nil. Former Big East Player of the Year at Creighton. And himself a college draft or MLS Super Draft pick from Real Salt Lake, but after trials with both Salt Lake and LAFC, in the end moving to USL League One with Lansing. And Fort Lauderdale, you imagine this kind of form continues, there will be other clubs calling. There's maybe even an opportunity for Inter Miami. For players can score goals, and domestic players as well will be extraordinary. Look at Alisson, one of the players on a yellow card here for North Texas, and now will be put back in play. Castañeda, the goal kick. Colin Smith on that right-hand side. That last opportunity for North Texas SC. As ever, laying out from the back. A loose ball there from Harden. Love the danger. Frey now further up, picking up Valencia. Nice touch there around Waldeck. But he's giving it away. Romero spraying it out to that right-hand side. Plenty of running to get there for Smith. He will do so. 1v1 with Guediri. Footed deliveries into the penalty area. Harden the header away. Well, the strike coming in from Justin Che, who stayed forward. Romero trying to lay it back, but it's a bit heavy off his boot. Forcing Waldeck to retreat. Oh, he's giving it right to Lopez Espin. Another cheap giveaway there from Waldeck, and Lopez Espin can run forward now. Options either side. Will slide in Edison Ascona to the penalty area. Ascona now forced to turn. Sosa able to get it back for Guediri. Tran picks out the ball through. Batista away for a throw into Fort Lauderdale. Throw in here for Sami Guediri. Lopez Espin off the chest. Here to North Texas, and now Smith can burst forward into the channel for Damas, but Harden feel like I've mentioned his name 5 and 6 times in defense. 17-year-old from West Palm has had fantastic start to this one. Here, Servando Carrasco barking out instructions, very much the leader on the pitch. And Texas don't really have a figure like that in their side. Oldest player starting today, just 22 years of age. There's the number 22, Batista, turning and playing it for Breck Evans. Che, his first touch. And Alisson now just about giving away. Ascona trying to make him pay. And now Giron Rayo coming forward. Getting his head up. Turning and leaving with Alisson dos Santos. Sliced out to Waldeck. Now Rosales getting turned and playing it neatly there with Valencia. Now Frey. You see Fort Lauderdale taking the longer option a bit more often with North Texas high up the pitch. Frey most often the one doing so. Now turning and leaving it there with Ferry. Nicely worked there. Evading the pressure of Fort Lauderdale. Now here is Blaine Ferry. Lovely slice ball behind for Lopez Espen, who's in. Here's Ricky Lopez Espen for 2. Well saved there from Aviles, and the rebound just evading Ascona. What a ball picked up there from Blaine Ferry. Now Sosa turning, cutting onto his right, and then onto his left. Lovely chopping. Lopez Espen, flag staying down, and Fort Lauderdale have doubled their advantage. And it's Lopez Espen again. 5 in 4 for the number 7. And now 2 goals to the good for Lauderdale CF.
Well done, boy.
Sosa bamboozling the defender on his way. No opportunity there. The chop, brilliant. And picking out Lopez Espen. It was actually Evans chasing that probably just about keeps Lopez Espen onside, who times his run. That is a striker on form with confidence, making those hard runs, tucking away with aplomb. 2020 has been kind to Ricky Lopez Espen, and now the referee asking the Fort Lauderdale players to get back into position to resume the match a bit quicker. What a performance, though. Ricky Lopez Espen. He's loving being back home. Waldeck slides it there for Rayo as North Texas now have to get up off the mat. Live table as things stand. Fort Lauderdale will move into 4th as it's in behind towards Damas. Castañeda off his line. Did he catch Damas first? It's a penalty. He did indeed, and now a decision to make as well for the referee on further discipline. I think she will seek the consult of her assistants as to whether or not that should be a red card. Castañeda very much the last man. And now then, is it yellow or is it red here for Dylan Castañeda? And I don't think she wants to hear it from the Fort Lauderdale players. Let's have a look ourselves. Very much the last man, and the question is, are you making a play on the ball to avoid a red card in the double jeopardy rules? And I think Castañeda, in trying to go down and pick it up, just about avoids it. And so it will be a penalty decision here. Referee just making sure that there's nobody taking a step over the line. Frey and Ascona trying to get the right side. And now the penalty opportunity for North Texas to get back in this one. Well placed in the bottom corner. Oscar Romero, the substitute, has come on and dispatched a penalty. A quick counterattack for North Texas, leading to the penalty award, and Romero has brought the side from Dallas right back into it. Fort Lauderdale 2, North Texas 1. Just as Fort Lauderdale had taken command of this one, North Texas right back in it. A side who can score goals in quick bunches. Right back in it here with the penalty. Calmly dispatched here by Romero. Now Damas applying some more pressure. Flying there are the triggers towards Harden. Picks up Guediri very neatly. Looks a player, Ethan Harden. Breck Evans all the way into the Fort Lauderdale half to exert the pressure. Winning a throw in for his side. We now feel like they can get back into it after what was a rough start. 2 goals behind and 2 players off with injury. Ascona might have thought that he was still in play and took the opportunity to Meg Che. Another match going on in USL League One this evening as Union Omaha are level at 1 with forward Madison. Omaha would remain unbeaten if that scoreline held up, as now again it's given away. Lovely flick there from Lopez Espen into Sosa, who's in behind here, pokes it out for Valencia. Here's Felipe Valencia cutting onto his right neatly. Valencia poked away from Breck Evans covering in the end, but again it's a giveaway, that time for Batista. That allows Fort Lauderdale in. And Evans now fully dealing with it and getting rid. Any more mistakes tonight from North Texas as now Damas has won it off of Ian Frey into the penalty area, squaring the ball. First time strike coming in, and always going wide there from David Rodriguez. Goal kick to Fort Lauderdale. Again, North Texas causing their own problems at the back. There's that ball from Damas, which is lovely. Given the position he was in, Rodriguez probably could have afforded to take a touch. He was going to have a clean strike at goal. Harden. Alisson trying to win it off of Sosa. Gets off his feet very quickly and wins it back. And Alisson will have to be careful. He is on a yellow card. You hear some in the Fort Lauderdale technical area shouting for that second yellow. Sosa back up to his feet after the tackle. For the moment, not sending off Alisson dos Santos. You hear the North Texas technical area speaking his native tongue. Portuguese for the Brazilian. Given away rather cheaply there by Ethan Harden. And now here's Smith. Trying to poke it on there for Rodriguez, who will get in there ahead of Guediri. The tackle coming through him, and it will be a free kick. Strong shoulder in there, and Rodriguez staying down. Wanted to slow down that counter-attack. Now, Rodriguez over the free kick. See plenty of numbers forward for North Texas. 6 lining up at the edge of the penalty area. Trying to play into that corridor of uncertainty. It's looped towards that back post. Unable to get there first. Colin Smith before it bounces out of play. Lopez Espen with a pair of goals to give Fort Lauderdale the lead. The response coming from a penalty converted from the substitute, Oscar Romero. Now, Carrasco back to Castañeda. Footed ball is long. Guediri, after a couple of touches, does manage to get it towards Rosales. Nice calm play there from Carrasco. Valencia back with Rosales, who plays it towards Carrasco. It's a dangerous ball into the middle. Now a heavy tackle. And the referee will now award an advantage. That was a bit of a nasty one in there. And that time it was Gibran Rayo got stuck into Carrasco. Just earning a warning there from the referee. And Sosa just asking for a yellow. Getting a stern no. Ian Frey. This ball there to find Valencia. Here in these closed door situations, the sound of the first touch. Remarkable the sounds that echo. Here's Sosa. Try to pick out Valencia, just not enough pace to squeak it through that channel. Frey. Looping ball to pick out Guediri. Trying to get turned on to his right, away from Smith. Does manage to try and find Ascona, but a bit loose there, the ball. North Texas to try and build up. Forward there from Smith, and the header one from Harden. On there from Che. And now Gibran Rayo. I perceive where there'll be a minimum of 5 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. A couple of injuries and the hydration break figuring into that math. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020, rather. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Fort Lauderdale CF or North Texas SC, and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on the team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Waldeck into Damas. Rides the challenge well, is now away here for North Texas at full speed. Damas trying the left-footed strike. Nearly came for Smith. Needed the tackle there from Guediri, who was tracking the whole way. Good bit of defending there from the left back, and now counter looks on here. Slid in behind there from Sosa. Valencia at full stretch. Sosa. Rosales has joined the attack from his right back position. Valencia again will favor his left foot and sends the delivery in towards Lopez Espen. Evans charging to win the header. Comes for Ferry. Let's go back with Ian Frey. Harden. Poke there from Che, but only comes to the left back with Edie. Jason Christ in the technical area for Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale just hanging on to a bit of possession here. Having USL League One's top scorer in their ranks came in one behind of Greg Hurst of Chattanooga Red Wolves, now with 2. Alone with 5 goals on the campaign. Lopez Espen off to a brilliant start. Even on the opening day, just a sitter against Greenville Triumph. Put his head in his hands. Since has scored in every match for Fort Lauderdale. Here's Che. And a couple of tackles, including Asconas. Just stepping in there to win it, Ascona. Nicely done. Right in the tackles and then goes down. Pulled down from behind. Rather enthusiastic Fort Lauderdale technical area. Love hearing the shouting. This is something that Eric Quill had of his North Texas side following the defeat to New England Revolution 2, or rather the draw. The 3-3 was lack of clinicality in front of goal. Haven't really seen the same number of chances for North Texas tonight. Fort Lauderdale are eager to go at them as well. Cross in from a wide area is in towards Rayo. Guediri just trying to help it on its way. Actually, he's quite lucky that he didn't get a touch to it because it's come out for a goal kick. You hear the North Texas subs there not happy with that. Romero with the cross. And also the goal for North Texas, converting from the penalty spot. Castañeda, as ever, playing it short with Ethan Harden. Partners tonight with Ian Frey. Second consecutive match. Ferre back into the starting 11 after serving a suspension on match day 3. Rosales trying to poke it on. Comes here for Alison Dos Santos. Going there to Rodriguez, but didn't quite get to it. Now Ascona going brilliantly to keep it in play. Now has options. Tries to slide it for Sosa, but got the angle on that ball wrong, and now Evans can carry forward. Tries to slide it in behind towards Smith. Guadiri sliding to win it back. Ascona with Ferry. Now Lopez Espin bending his run. He's on side here. Has Valencia to his right, trying to pick out Sosa, and off the deflection just a bit behind him. Sosa now going to have a strike at goal. Takes a wicked deflection. Could have slid in Valencia to his right. Instead, endeavored to go it alone. Throw in final knockings of this first half. Rosales taking his time to get up the pitch. Rosales there to Lopez Espin. Back to goal. Trying to turn off it. And there is the halftime whistle before North Texas can start the counter-attack. It was a rough opening 36 minutes for North Texas SC, losing a pair of players to injury and conceding 2 goals to that man, Ricky Lopez Espin. But North Texas very quickly responding and getting a penalty slotted home by Oscar Romero after Ronaldo Damas was taken down by Dylan Castañeda in the penalty area. In the end, it was Oscar Romero who converted, placing it in the bottom right corner and giving North Texas a shot as we head into the second half. There's Lopez Espin's first, and there his second. It was a brilliant first half for USL League One's top scorer. North Texas back in it. Your score at the break is Fort Lauderdale CF 2, North Texas SC 1. "45 minutes gone from the Inter Miami CF Stadium, but we want to take a look at some of the best action from around USL League One this past weekend, or actually will begin with Fort Lauderdale CF's match away at Orlando City B. A 2-hour lightning delay, but Orlando City B would open the scoring. Wilfredo Rivera with this strike from long range takes a deflection. It's awkward for Dylan Castañeda, and in the end sneaks into that bottom corner to give the host a lead on 22 minutes in this Derby USL League One edition of this rivalry. As here would be the goal for Fort Lauderdale CF. Ricky Lopez Espin, pressure up the pitch. He doesn't know much about it, but he does know that he's doing the hard yards to put pressure on the goalkeeper. And then it squeaks in, and it settles as a 1-1 draw for Orlando City B. Meanwhile, Forward Madison and South Georgia Tormenta. Tormenta without their coaching staff, left behind due to quarantine in Georgia, and Forward Madison would hit them for 4 goals. Michael Vang, Don Smart, Wojciech Vucic for 3-0, and then Paolo Jr. would round off the rout for Forward Madison against South Georgia Tormenta. There, rounding the keeper, Paolo Jr., making it 4-0, their record margin of victory in a League One match over South Georgia Tormenta. In Richmond, it would be Richmond Kickers open and scoring through Ivan Magayesh in the 8th minute of play, and then quickly adding to their lead in the first half, Emiliano Terzaghi making it 2-0 after this scramble here. Nice through ball in behind their turn. And after that massive scramble in front of goal, in the end, it will be Terzaghi who gets the goal. Tucson would add one before full time, make this an interesting final 10 minutes. Shaq Adams making it 2-1. But Richmond Kickers with a home victory over FC Tucson. All 4 goals for FC Tucson have come in the last 15 minutes of their matches, that no exception. In Greenville, it would just be the 1 goal that would be required from Lachlan McLean, giving Greenville their 4th win in 5 matches. They're topping the table, 6 points clear of 2nd place as well. John Harkes' men with a fantastic start to 2020, and it would be McLean who would get the winning goal. Best chance of the match here for Chattanooga Red Wolves. That left-footed effort, well saved there. And in the end, Dallas J, last year's Golden Glove winner, able to produce the goods, preserve the clean sheet, and celebrate in front of the supporters in Greenville. They get another set of 3 points. And then North Texas's match. It was a cracker. A 3-3 with New England Revolution 2. We talked to you obviously about this earlier on in the game, but pressure would be an issue for North Texas SC. That time a giveaway to Nicolas Firmino of New England Revolution 2. Then a second would come. Nice header on the back stick from North Texas's Ronaldo Demu, who would give Texas their 2nd lead of the match. And then Isaac Anking would take over from there. Thiago Mendoza or Mendonca drifting in behind. Nice slid ball across there for Anking, making it 2-2. And then here would be New England taking their 1st lead of the match. Slid wide from Hikaru Fujiwara, and Anking placing it top corner. Lovely strike there. Player who's really emerged for New England Revolution 2. And then North Texas in second half stoppage time at the very last. Ball pinging around, and it just awkwardly bungled in off of Alex Bruce. Lamar Batista was in there as well. And North Texas able to at least get the point at home in what was a fantastic match in Arlington. And it finished North Texas SC 3, New England Revolution 2, 3. That a full look at the matches from around USL League One. Here's more from the USL.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. Champus, the U.S. Soccer has recently instituted the Play On campaign. Try and explain what this looks like in the grassroots communities around the country all the way to the professional level.
Yeah, Mike, I think it starts first and foremost with each of our stakeholders, whether you're a club, a coach, a parent, a player. It starts with setting a tone. It starts with setting a culture and really setting realistic expectations, understanding that COVID is a virus is going to be with us for an unknown amount of time. The guidelines are very basic and fundamental. What Play On has really created is a single voice and something that all of us can point to as a safe and responsible way that our kids can develop, continue to play the sport, can come together in a very responsible way under the guidance of local, state, and national guidelines that really can be one that highlights our sport across the country and in the world. And Play On has demonstrated, I think, over the last 2 months, a very consistent message, and that hasn't changed.
Dr. George Champus, Chief Medical Officer for U.S. Soccer, thank you for not only your time now, but also the work you and healthcare heroes around the country have done over the past months.
45 minutes gone from the Inter Miami CF Stadium. Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC at the break in USL League One action. Speaking of, let's get to some news and notes from around USL League One. Having their highest scoring week of 2020, North Texas playing a prominent role in that with a 6-goal match in Arlington between themselves and New England Revolution 2. USL announcing this week a deal with SiriusXM Radio and SiriusXM FC Channel 157 for live USL match coverage. Will be a championship match of the week on the channel, as well as the USL League One final that will air on October the 31st. So great stuff between the USL and SiriusXM. Player of the week is Don Smart, netting a goal and 2 assists in their 4-0 victory over South Georgia Tormenta. Absolutely ripped them apart, and Don Smart is your USL League One Player of the Week. Upcoming schedule for the weekend: Fort Lauderdale CF right back to work away from home against Greenville Triumph. Both of these clubs with 3 matches in a week. North Texas will entertain Union Omaha themselves. New England Revolution 2 will take on Richmond Kickers. Chattanooga Red Wolves will host a 1 o'clock kickoff against South Georgia Tormenta. And Forward Madison will entertain Orlando City B. 2 matches on Saturday, 2 matches on Sunday. And, of course, you can check all those out on ESPN+. When we return, or rather we should get to the USL League One standings. Greenville Triumph, of course, topping the table with 4 wins from 5, 13 points, 6 clear of Omaha, who themselves have not yet lost but still have the 2 games in hand to make up on Greenville. You imagine they'll drift up towards the top of the table as the season carries on. Work to do for Fort Lauderdale and for North Texas, which is 4 and 5 points respectively from their first 4 matches. When we return, we'll have second half kickoff, but first half highlights as well. We'll show you all the big chances in this one. Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC, second half on the way. Fort Lauderdale CF2, North Texas SC1 at halftime. Ricky Lopez-Espin, now the league's top scorer with the 2 goals for Fort Lauderdale. Let's go ahead and crack on with our first half highlights. and show you the goals from this one and the major incidents. And here would be the beginning of it. Poor giveaway at the back from a combination of Avides and Waldeck, and then Sosa finding Lopez Espin, picking out the bottom corner, needing a little help off the inside of the post. It was enough. A nice flick there from Sosa. First touch, left-footed, bended effort to the bottom corner. And Fort Lauderdale hitting the front, and then Sosa, tricky feet, nice little chops, leaving poor Gibran Rayo in the dust. More than enough space to pick out Ricky Lopez Espin, his second of the night, fifth of the campaign, now USL League One's top scorer. Very soon thereafter, though, nice ball from Justin Che in behind. Damas getting in ahead of Harden and then clipped by Castañeda. And in the end, a penalty awarded. I don't believe Castañeda saw any discipline for that, which is surprising. You'd think at least a yellow for that. And then tucked in the bottom corner there from Oscar Romero. And it would be Romero who would give North Texas the lifeline heading into the second half. The other thing to note beyond these stats, 7 shots to 7. 3 on target for Fort Lauderdale, possession favoring Fort Lauderdale. But another big stat not on that screen is players off due to injury. Both Jorge Imanol Almaguer and Benny Redzik coming off. So needing a couple of substitutions. Oscar Romero and Gibran Rayo, the players that came on for North Texas. So a couple of men down from where they started in terms of healthy bodies. In the end, it's only 14 fit players at the moment for North Texas, which is a worry as they head back home. We did see at the break, it looked like Christian Lu Young was entering as a halftime sub. He was trotting onto the pitch. See who he has perhaps entered for. Ready to go here for the second half of play. Fort Lauderdale in the black with white. North Texas in the white with red. Fort Lauderdale looking for their first ever home win, first ever home point even. They lose out to this advantage. We're underway in the second half. Fort Lauderdale going from left to right here. And it looks like Ian Frey. And it's Christian Lu Young is coming in at left back for Sammy Guadiri. And now opportunity here for Fort Lauderdale coming forward down that right-hand side is Felipe Valencia losing out there to Derek Waldeck. Change at left back for Fort Lauderdale. I think that's injury-based given that Guadiri put in a decent performance in the opening 45 minutes. Pressure coming from Sosa here onto Alisson dos Santos, the Brazilian. Just trying to flick it on there. It was Romero. Nice ball there from dos Santos to find Ronaldo Damas. He's going to run here at Ian Frey. Tackled him off it. And it is going to be a corner. Frey thought he played it off of Damas, but referee disagreeing and a corner awarded. North Texas here. Just the opening couple of minutes here of the second half. And there is Christian Young for Sammy Guadiri, the native of Boca Raton. Started every match for Fort Lauderdale. One of 6 players who have that distinction. Now here's the corner. Swung in towards that near post. Rather easy header away there from Lopez Espin. Now Waldeck. Returns it for Romero, who took the corner. Now the left-footed delivery is a better one towards that back post. Damas going up, winning the header, trying to send it across Castañeda, but always going wide. Never too worried. Damas, of course, scoring a headed goal at the weekend against New England Revolution 2. One again in the air, that time unable to hit target. Texas having one mistake playing out from the back. Had a couple that led to goals for New England on Saturday. Now, Fort Lauderdale's time to take some risks. It's a giveaway there by Castañeda coming forward here. Gibran Rayo trying to get turned, left too much of it there, but carrying on. He's gone down Rayo. In the end, Lu Young away, and you can see when the ball comes there to Castañeda that the danger is on. Hit a loose ball into the middle and nearly made to pay for it there. One behind will fairly loose one. Christian Luyong playing there with Harden. Carrasco receiving pressure, Castaneda receiving pressure, and it nearly told there for North Texas. Romero. And Rosales trying to return. A good backtracking there from Valencia to win the ball back. Romero thought he was fouled, but judged there by the referee to be no foul. Castaneda now here for Ian Frey, getting his head up and poking on for Rosales. Calm ball there to the Cuban right back. Into the channel and nicely finding Valencia. Coming forward here, Felipe Valencia for Fort Lauderdale CF, finding Eduardo Sosa. Ball there for Blaine Ferry. Edge of the penalty area. Running here at Waldeck. Left-footed cross/shot, takes a nick off of Lamar Batista. And it's out for a corner to Fort Lauderdale CF, and a nice counter-attack there. Rather just a straight-up attack, really. Given that it started all the way back at the goalkeeper. It's exactly the kind of play Fort Lauderdale love to see. And Rosales bending that ball into the path of Valencia expertly, and now with that cultured right foot, will come over, take the corner for Fort Lauderdale CF. So the late arriving runs will be the method here. Ascona trying to threaten the keeper, now coming short for the option. Rosales high arcing Carrasco to win the header, trying to direct it towards goal. Took a nick off of Dos Santos. It's out for another corner. A third corner to be taken here. Carlos Avila is a 21-year-old keeper. He's been in the Dallas Academy since 2012, and now just 21 years of age. See a few players in this team, North Texas side, that have been in the club since they were 7. Ferry. Turn neatly. Now sliding it in here for Rosales. Tries to get the touch there around Waldeck, but didn't leave him a ton of space, the Texas left back, and just clearing it out there for a throw into Fort Lauderdale CF. Throw in there to Lopez Espin. Trying to dink it around the corner there to try and find a runner, but in the end just settles for Aviles. Play that fizzing ball forward. Try and find Romero, but Rosales won it off him. Now Ferry riding tackles. He's gone down, but no, free kick from the referee, and Batista turning to maintain possession for the visitors. Batista. Pinging that long diagonal. Nicely taken out of the air there by Smith, and Che trying to find it in the channel and behind you for Gilberto Rayo. Rayo running at Harden. Trying to find the ball through the penalty area. Carrasco is the favorite. Get the ball, and now lumped away. Ascona. Gonna help it on its way. So just left it there for Alison Dos Santos to win in central midfield. Here's Breck Evans. At the beginning of the season was going to go on loan with Austin Bold, side in the USL Championship, but has been recalled. Batista. See it coming hard off the chest there of Waldeck, and nicely won back by Fort Lauderdale to Ferry. Now Lopez Espin just trying to play it into that channel. Perhaps a looping ball out towards Ascona, but it comes off the defender Batista. And out for the throw-in. Frey for Harden. Ferry with a loose touch. Now Rosales going to play the 1-2 with Valencia. Could have still played it, but didn't quite squeeze it into that window, and Fort Lauderdale will maintain possession through Harden. And Christian Liu Young. Nice work there down that left-hand side. Now to find Edison Ascona. Rosales. Blaine Ferry, who played a lovely through ball in the second half. Didn't lead to a goal, but some real vision after the appeals from both sets of players. The game just kind of slowed down there for a moment. One back here by Carrasco. Doing well to find Harden in the middle, and a free kick awarded there to Fort Lauderdale. And the referee was having a word with both sets of players there. And Rodriguez receiving the talking to from the referee. Now Ferry. That's going to run nicely here for Lopez. Espin in the penalty area. Always going to try and cut on to his right, but Evans defending well. Colin Smith just booting clear. Castañeda. Instead of dangerously playing out, playing the ball up to the halfway line, but one back by Batista. Evans. Continue to hear shouts from both sets of coaches. Bit of a logjam there in the middle. Alisson on the attention of three. Here there from the Fort Lauderdale staff. Carrasco is indeed on a yellow card. Have to be careful with the second as cross coming in from that right-hand side from Smith. Colin Smith unable to pick out the right option, and now here's Valencia. You see North Texas rather a bit more on the front foot in this second half than they were in the first. Is a free kick won there by Valencia. Romero going through. Long time in the Dallas Academy. Scored 3 times a year ago for North Texas SC. As Frey returns to Castañeda, and again taking a risk on it. Carrasco trying to flick on, was shoved in the back, but it works out nicely, and advantage awarded. Valencia for Sosa. Heavy touch there through the middle. Poking on. Sosa now options either side. Sosa's going to go all the way! And it's well saved there by Ibanez. The opportunity still on Valencia, and it's squeaked through. Felipe Valencia, the 15-year-old, gets his first professional goal, and Fort Lauderdale have their 2-goal lead restored and comfort in the match. They lead by 3-1. Here is a look again, Sosa, and nearly ran for him. And then Sosa spilled there rather by Aviles, and then Lopez having a go at it, coming off the chest and falling kindly there for Valencia. And it squeaks through the defender on the line. What a moment for the young man. Native of Homestead, deep in southern Florida. Getting the 3rd goal. Order restored for Fort Lauderdale. They led by 2-0 for Oscar Romero, converted a penalty, and then Valencia just there, making it 3. Waldeck on the line there for Romero, who wins his side of throw-in. The shouts continuing. Breck Evans. Justin Che. Ball there for Smith. Now, Derek Waldeck trying to slide it into a wide area for Oscar Romero. It will be a throw-in to Fort Lauderdale. Rosales will have the throw-in. The Cuban tried to play a year ago for FC Tulsa, but the Cuban Federation actually denied him the ability to do so. Now playing Southern Florida, home to a massive Cuban community. More work down that left-hand side of North Texas. See the frustration there from Romero. In the live table, as things stand, Fort Lauderdale are into 4th. North Texas dropping into 8th. These are the reigning champions of League One. So North Texas will make a pair of changes here. This opportunity, Batista will exit. And David Rodriguez will exit as well. So Eric Quill emptying his bench of outfield players. Valencia now trying to pick up the ball. Damas taken down there by Ferry, but first the free kick awarded to Fort Lauderdale. So with not even an hour gone, Eric Quill has no more outfield options as Lamar Batista exits, David Rodriguez exits, Alex Bruce enters, as does Philip Ponder. So that is the last of the changes. Fort Lauderdale still have 4 remaining as Sosa lost out. Try to snap in there to Damas. Advantage now fully awarded. Damas trying to get in behind there of Frey. Damas going down the North Texas technical area with loud shouts for a penalty. Referee not awarding. Long ball comes for Ascona. Lovely first touch. And just settles it here with Christian Lu Young. Harden. And Frey. Frey taken down there. Free kick awarded. I think Fort Lauderdale would really rather just keep their flow of play going, even if they're going backwards. I'm sure the free kick did them a ton of good. Frey will just take it short here with Ferry. Texas are back in their shape. Yet for Ethan Harden. Square ball to Frey, now back to the goalkeeper. Texas sending more and more numbers forward. Castañeda trying to play it up to Ascona, but amongst those trees, he was quite the underdog to win that one. Bruce. Now wide here for Colin Smith. What a burst of pace that is. Slid across. It's a dangerous one. Castañeda had it covered, as did Frey, but now Texas charging on there through Allison, and a bit of carnage there. Ferry tried to win it, or rather Harden did, and now he'll receive a yellow card for his tackle. Some real heavy challenges there. I wonder if Harden has injured fingers. Protective wrapping he has. Yeah, he tries to get rid and then slices through it and comes to Allison on the front and back end of that tackle. Quite a heavy one. Now, Castañeda has stayed down in behind that. There was quite a coming together in the penalty area. Castañeda involved, as was Ian Frey, trying to handle that low delivery through from Colin Smith. And now, opportunity for North Texas over this free kick. Both Waldeck and Romero will fancy it. Even Romero took the penalty. You think he's the favorite. Perhaps a set piece taker. It'll be Romero who will line it up, trying to pick out that top corner. It's not a bad hit, but it was always going over the bar, grazed the net on the way through. Decent take there from Oscar Romero, the goal scorer. There's that effort. Shaped it well. I thought the trajectory was just right. Just started it over and it never came down. Wrapped well around the wall. Again, Fort Lauderdale playing out. Sliding it there. It's loose there towards Carrasco. It's given away. Now cutting onto his right. Smith tackled off it there by Carrasco. But again, Castañeda just trying to play that ball for Carrasco to run onto it. But it's a dangerous one. Evans. Here's the substitute, Philip Ponder. Comes in at right center back, allowing Evans to shift further left center back, where he usually plays. Waldeck, loose ball there, and Ferry there to step in and win it. Ferry poking it on here for Sosa. Has options either side. Sosa cutting onto his right. Still Sosa. Still Eduardo Sosa. Carrying all the way to the byline. Wraps it across. Save there from Aviles. And dealt with there by Che. Composure on the ball, but unable to pick out the final one there, the Venezuelan. And here's Romero. Find the feet of Alex Bruce, but native of Katy, Texas. Do enough with it. Cross coming in, and Christian Young just helping it. It's on its way to a throw-in. Throw-in to come, and left there for Justin Che to come up and take it. Lofted into the penalty area. Alex Bruce with back to goal. Trying to get right side. Lays it off here with Romero. Dinks it towards the back post. Damas wants it, but Castañeda claims. Now, here is that earlier opportunity for Sosa. The pressure to win it from Fort Lauderdale. He's trying to leave all the defenders in the dust, and actually did well to get good power on it. Send it fizzing through, but no one there to tuck home. There's Ian Frey. Another dangerous pass towards the middle. Well won there by Rayo off of Ferry. Now Alisson dos Santos. Smith again, getting the beating of Christian Young. Delivery is cut out the near post there from Ethan Harden. Started the game well, been involved in some difficult ones. Allowed Damas to get in behind him for the penalty. Now, Fort Lauderdale's a bit pinned in their own end at the moment. 2 goals to the good, but will want to break out a little bit from their shell. Perhaps might use changes to do so. See how far off his line Aviles is. Playing as a sweeper right now. Evans for Ponder. Breck Evans. And a long ball through towards Waldeck. Rosales warding off the challenge, trying to get it on down the line. We'll have to have a second bite at it. Calmly picks out Carrasco rather neatly. And Ferry. Texas somehow getting younger from their previous match. Starting age of under 20, and then a 16-year-old younger keeper as well. Remarkable just how young this team is without the kind of experienced hand like Carrasco can be for Fort Lauderdale. Very much looking to find a star for FC Dallas. It's North Texas side, of course, affiliated with the club. Throw in to come here for Fort Lauderdale. Never see where there will be a couple of changes to come here. Looks like Andres Cardenas will be among those who will enter. And now, with the throw-in, will allow the two changes to happen. We're told that Valencia is among those to make way, but I don't think he's seen his number come up. So now he will come off. It will be Andres Cardenas to enter.
Fort Lauderdale CF substitution in the 70th minute. Coming out of the game, number 28, Felipe Valencia. He's replaced by number 27,
Alexander Santos.
Also coming out of the game, number 8, Blaine Ferry. He's replaced by number 19, Francisco Raggio.
And there's the second change. Blaine Ferry off and Francisco Raggio on. Some fresh legs on here for Fort Lauderdale. Let's try and help them get off on their own, and straight away with Raggio involved. Because that's been interchanging with him, but just a bit heavy off the central midfielder's right foot. 20 minutes to play. We'll have the hydration break in a few minutes' time. Is it behind here towards Alex Bruce? Here's Bruce. Laid off there for Derek Waldeck. Fort Lauderdale in a deep shape. Jay, nice right-footed delivery, bending into the area in front of the keeper, but allows Castañeda enough time to grab onto it. Soft roll out and the quick communication there from the keeper just to make sure no impending pressure can win the ball back for Fort Lauderdale. Throwing down the right-hand side as this game quite been at the breakneck pace of the first half. Both sides trying to get into the attack. Fort Lauderdale would appear comfortable just trying to see out their lead rather than pressing for a fourth. Harden. Now Raggio in behind here. This ball onto the left-hand side for Christian Lu Young. Can he get his head up and pick up the right ball? On for Ascona, who just tries to get a touch to it. Nearly was a nice return ball there for Young, claimed by Aviles, the keeper. Fans follow Fort Lauderdale CF and North Texas SC and the rest of the USL Championship and USL League One all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already subscribed to ESPN Plus and watch USL League One every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Of course, on the ESPN app, your smart TV or device of choice. Demis. Poked out there for a throw-in. The other match still ongoing in Nebraska. It's Union Omaha 1, Forward Madison 1. It would bring Omaha into second with the point. Nice shaped ball out wide there from Rayo. Colin Smith now onto his left. Looked like he wanted to hit across, but just cuts it back there. Hits the cross towards Damas and actually was over his head and Castañeda's as well. Brief alarm bells going off at the back there. But harmless ball in the end. And out for a goal kick to Fort Lauderdale. Now Castañeda, after enough times playing out from the back, has urged his players on. Gets the ball up there and well won there by Carrasco. This long ball forward there, but Waldeck just unable to get to it. Flailed at it. Comes out for the throw-in. Fort Lauderdale right back to work on Saturday, just the 2 days rest, away at Greenville. Didn't make any changes to the starting lineup for this one, so you wonder if those might come away at Greenville. It's the league's top side, though. And home with Chattanooga and home with Orlando City B. Following the match at the weekend. North Texas, meanwhile, back in action Gold Life Park on Sunday, taking on Union Omaha. Of course, the former home of the Texas Rangers, the home venue for North Texas. They are allowing some fans into the stadium as well. As free kick awarded there. Referee is having a word there with both Hardin and Frey. Hardin is on a yellow card, so if it was him involved, he would have to be careful. Now, Romero. He wants to line up the free kick, but yeah, it's Dos Santos who will do so. Now Romero. 3 players. Either side of the edge of the penalty area. It's sent towards that back post. Evans got to it first, and it's turned in. Well done there by North Texas FC, working that set-piece routine. It's Alisson Dos Santos who turns in the Brazilian, and now North Texas right back in it with a quarter of an hour to go. Evans very much on side, as was Dos Santos, and 3 really could have had their bite at it. In the end, the set-piece defending, leaving Fort Lauderdale exposed there. Damas wanted to poke. That's the touch of a center forward there. Nearly took it off his own teammate. But it's Alisson Dos Santos, the 20-year-old from Sao Paulo, who brings North Texas back into it. And we're now into the hydration break, and you hear the shouts from the North Texas area encouraging. It's our game. Let's say for the half hour, really for the 20 minutes since Valencia made it 3-1, North Texas have had more of the play. Now Fort Lauderdale either going to have to decide to hang on to the lead that they have or go and chase a fourth here. Jason Kreis talking with his team as we can now have a look at the goals here from the first 75 minutes of play. Here, a giveaway at the back to open the scoring. Aviles to Waldeck, who just tried to ping it out wide. In the end, Sosa winning it and finding Lopez Espen. The same combination for the second. Pair of assists for Eduardo Sosa. And then here, North Texas with a route back into the match. Castañeda giving away the penalty. Damas was in behind to avoid yellow there. Castañeda, Romero tucking away the penalty. Then Sosa, after a nice run, forcing a couple of saves there from Carlos Aviles. In the end, it was Felipe Valencia who turned in to make it 3-1. And then, of course, just moments ago, Alisson Dos Santos tucking home there from the free kick. On the ball across from Breck Evans. You were kind of waiting for the offside flag to go up, given how open the whole thing was. It was just an offside trap that didn't quite come off. Now back underway. You can't say North Texas matches are short on entertainment. The last 2 have involved 11 goals. No change being prepared as Dairo Reyes is set to come on. Up there towards Lopez Espen, a bit of a coming together with him and Andres Cardenas. Che here for Alisson. And although Damas was offside, good kick to Fort Lauderdale. The tactical battle very much interesting. Going forward here, you'd expect at least another 15 minutes of play. Probably more. How will Fort Lauderdale manage the game as Sosa trying to find Cardenas in behind. Just nodded back to the keeper. Byron Reyes will enter here for Ricky Lopez Espin. So the 2-goal scorer on the night will exit. We are close to the Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport here at this stadium. So you will hear the sounds, planes taking off. Looking for Eric Waldeck. Big long ball hit there by Romero, but dealt with there by Lu Young, but again, Fort Lauderdale unable to hang on to possession. Lu Young going through Colin Smith there. He stayed down. I don't think Lu Young had eyes for anything other than the ball there. He caught the winger of North Texas, excuse me. And now we'll have the change. Reyes on, Lopez Espin off. Lopez Espin has not had too much joy on it. And Lopez Espin now being directed to come off at the nearest possible exit, which is one of the new rules. Lopez Espin saying, please don't get near me. That was a funny little exchange between him and Ponder. And somehow Lopez Espin taking the longest route off, despite asked to being take the shortest. Now Dos Santos with the ball in behind towards Rosales. Rather away from Rosales, it was towards Damas. Now Waldeck. Snapping tackles in there from Reyes, the oncoming substitute. And it will be a free kick here on this left-hand side. Another set-piece opportunity, and the defending will have to be a bit better. Now, Romero swinging the free kick. See, 5 lined up at the edge of the 6-yard area. Zona marking here for Fort Lauderdale. Rosales helping out the positioning. Two in the wall just to cover the near post. And pinged in at real pace into the heart of that 6-yard area. Harden going up to win and head away. Come off for a throw-in. The other side for Justin Che, the 16-year-old. Real pick out from Eric Quill ahead of the season for his calm and composure on the ball. Is now sent across there, awkwardly slicing off of Carrasco after Alex Bruce won in the penalty area. And it's out for another corner to North Texas here. Very much applying the pressure here. Trying to at least draw level. They got a 92nd minute equalizer from that man Bruce. Their match against New England Revolution 2 at the weekend. Another high arcing ball. Evans just to try and keep it in play. Now a loose touch. Evans having a strike and forcing a save out of Castañeda. After I think everyone was trying to lead the counter rather than start it. And forcing the keeper into action there. More instructions coming through. In the defense of Fort Lauderdale, Castañeda taking command of his area as another corner. Be played by Oscar Romero. Now towards that back post. And it's headed across there from Justin Che, but unable to have the 2 headers in the penalty area. Just a bit too much towards goal and landing on the roof of the net for a goal kick. Nervy final minutes here for Fort Lauderdale CF, who again will just send numbers forward. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. SiriusXM FC channel 157 on your SiriusXM radio and the SiriusXM app. Behind is a nice idea there from Texas's Justin Che, but Rosales had it well read. Now here is Dairon Reyes, losing out after a couple of tackles. Another sliding challenge, a tough one into Rosales there. Shouts coming from the technical areas. This time it was Gibran Rayo going strong in for a throw-in. Very remarkable, the shouts from both sets of players. Don't think the referee had signaled that she was ready for the restart. Now Rosales again to take the free kick. He'll take plenty of time over it. You wonder if this will be added on at the end of the match. Rosales into Reyes. At times the struggle for Fort Lauderdale has been to receive under pressure and then keep under pressure. Castañeda picking out a nice ball. Rosales dinking it on down the line, but Waldeck will get to it first. Rosales tackling it off him. Waldeck grabbing at his left hip, feeling like he was caught. Warranted a free kick, but it'll just be a throw-in, and Waldeck back up to his feet. Be a first ever home win for this club, a first ever win for a side playing at this ground. Inter Miami will have their first bite at it at the weekend against Orlando City in the return to MLS. Now coming forward here for Damas. Damas is in behind, he's offside. His finish attempted there, was at least saved by Castañeda, though you imagine would have taken on a different shape. Had the whistle not sounded. Castañeda hitting it long. I think you hear concerns there from the North Texas technical area that taking too long over the free kicks. And that time-wasting yellows need to start coming. Sosa will just leave it there for Rosales, who will not even take the ball that Sosa left for him. Take the one off the stand. Experienced game managers, it would appear. Sosa. The man going down. It's actually be a free kick against him. It's funny because he stopped the game to try and win a free kick. Instead, he wins the free kick for Gibran Rayo. And now, yellow card here is going to come for Sosa for trying to deny the taking of the free kick. Actually, it was Dairon Reyes who got the yellow rather than Sosa. Beg your pardon. 16-year-old from Hialeah, the northern part of Dade County. Now Evans. Remarkable shouting. Now Che. On here for Smith, who's had a torrid time. Rather, given Christian Luyong a torrid time down that right-hand side. Now Romero. Coming forward here, North Texas, a appeal for a penalty there from Gibran Rayo, but referee uninterested, and now coming forward here, Fort Lauderdale. Nice cut inside there from Ascona. Picking out Cardenas. Cardenas able to poke it around the defender, but left too much of it there for Aviles. Comes off his line and claims very quickly, tries to get it going. Evans. It's the big switch. It's a lovely ball to find Smith. Traveling through humid night sky here in Fort Lauderdale. Smith, nice back heel there from Romero. You appreciate the idea, but Frey had it read. Well, flicked on there, Bruce. Offside flag is up against Alex Bruce. A free kick to come here for Fort Lauderdale, and imagine they'll take their time over this one as well. Now, and there is the yellow card. Shown to the goalkeeper. I think those will come out a bit more quickly in future. And they jump over the head there. And a free kick awarded. Raggio riding the tackle there of Romero, who is fighting a bit of cramp.
A yellow card has been issued to Lauderdale CF, number 30, Dylan Castaneda.
Their confirmation of the yellow to the goalkeeper. For a bit of time wasting. Fourth Fort Lauderdale player in the book in this one. A minute remaining in the 90. Rosales into the channel behind here for Cardenas. Sosa with him now. Cardenas trying to get to the byline and does so. Does manage to keep it in play. Can pick out the strike there of Reyes. And a massive sliding intervention there. And it will be a corner. What an effort there from Philip Ponder, as it looked like it had really opened up there for Reyes. You can see his grimace there. Lovely work there on the byline there from Cardenas. What an effort there. I think the referee getting some appeals there from Cardenas that it might have come off his arm. Ponders. My goodness. Shots towards the ref are getting loud. And now a minimum of 5 minutes to be added on. And final change here. Joshua Saavedra will enter for Eduardo Sosa. So the final change, and now Sosa, who is there to take the short corner, will have to exit over there on the far side, but I still think he wants to take his sweet time. And now Saavedra will enter. Was sent off in Lauderdale's last home match against FC Tucson. Their second yellow card, and now the corner. There's the minimum of 5. Imagine a few more minutes still. Get it on after that, into that near post area. Well, back for Harden. And Ian Frey.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of added time.
Nice tackle in there from Ascona. Trying to get stuck in there, Raggio. Good step there to win it from Saavedra, the recently entered substitute. But good reading of the game there from Ponder. Ooh, Dos Santos just getting in ahead there of Cardenas. Now Damas coming forward here for North Texas. Dos Santos flicking it out wide here for Waldeck. Lining up the cross. Getting inside and laying off. Now lofted in behind and sail out of play there. A goal kick to come here for Fort Lauderdale. Still 3 minutes left to play. Castaneda long. Cut out there by Che. Now in behind as Reyes will try and get to it first, and he will ahead of Breck Evans. Oh, had the option there with Raggio in the middle, but couldn't quite pick out the right ball. Now, Carlos Aviles. Trying to play it as Alex Bruce trying to get in behind. Ian Frey there first, dinking it around Bruce and then catching Ian Frey. He's gone down. get a sense of the shouts and what the issues are. Let's have a soccer players, Tanny and Frey. Header from Evans, and actually a free kick awarded to Fort Lauderdale for Evans' shove there of Cardenas. Another moment for Fort Lauderdale. Just take time over it. We'll leave it short here with Rosales. Trying to dink it towards the middle, but Raja was running further forward. And now, chance to break here for North Texas. Not what Fort Lauderdale would have wanted from that set piece. Damas now to run it, Frey. Frey trying to get stuck in there. Sliding tackle is in. Did he win it cleanly? He did, in the judgment of the referee. Rosales now trying to play it on down the line, but Waldeck will have to just keep it in play and slide it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Minute remaining in the minimum of 5. Nice header on there from Evans, who's come forward to play as a center forward. I think actually might have gotten his positioning wrong. I believe he was offside. Fort Lauderdale have mostly hung on here since they made it 3-1 through Felipe Valencia. They don't look too far away from finishing out the result. And another free kick, and it's going to be yellow here. I believe that's Rayo in the middle. And that yellow card is quite a few numbers and names taken.
The yellow card has been issued to North Texas number 7.
It was Oscar Romero in the end who receives the yellow card. Referee Alex Billetter is just sent forward. And there is the full-time whistle. A first ever home win for Fort Lauderdale CF as they've beaten North Texas by 3-2. Ricky Lopez Espin with a brace. He's now USL League One's top scorer. Felipe Valencia added to the lead in the second half. Oscar Romero getting a first half penalty to make it 2-1. Alisson Dos Santos with a goal to make the finale here quite interesting, but in the end, it was not enough as North Texas couldn't quite get that final chance to draw the game level. Fort Lauderdale now into 4th with the win. And results elsewhere. In the end, all 3 points and another set of 3 goals for Fort Lauderdale CF as they beat North Texas by 3-2. Full-time reaction on the way. Fort Lauderdale CF3, North Texas SC2 on full-time. Ricky Lopez Espin, the scorer of 2 goals on the night. Now USL League One's top scorer through 5 matches. And his 2 goals along with Valencia's third, enough to get Fort Lauderdale all 3 points. We can now bring you our full-time highlights. We'll start with the opening goal for Fort Lauderdale. A loose ball out wide there from Derek Waldeck. Gives the ball to Sosa, picks out Lopez Espin with a lovely finish. And it'll be the same 2 players involved in the second goal. Sosa crossing into Lopez Espin for the second. Then nice ball behind there from Justin Che. Castañeda well off his line, trying to claim, takes out Ronaldo Damas. And Oscar Romero converting from the penalty spot, picking out that bottom right-hand corner. Keeper the wrong way in the second half. Fort Lauderdale coming forward through Eduardo Sosa, weaving his way through many, and then forcing a first save out of Aviles, the second. Could not deny Felipe Valencia. North Texas able to make this one interesting towards the end. Ball in behind there towards Breck Evans. His ball across. Turned in by Alison Dos Santos, but in the end, North Texas unable to get that final chance. And in the end, the stats look very even at the end. Fort Lauderdale controlled the first half. North Texas the second, but Fort Lauderdale with the 3 goals. Enough to secure all 3 points. Possession just slightly favoring the host, but both sides trying to play off from the back, trying to high press. You saw a real interesting clash in styles on the night. Plenty of yellow cards for either team as well, as it was a hotly contested match here from the Inter Miami CF Stadium, but it's a first home win for Fort Lauderdale CF here in USL League One, now into 4th in the table. Lopez Espin's the league's top scorer as well. North Texas, certainly a valiant effort in trying to get back into it, but just coming up short as they're scored full time is Fort Lauderdale CF 3, North Texas 2. For our tremendous USL crew, my name is Chris Whittingham, signing off.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.